It's just more we give them concepts of what we want to do, pistol, away. But today was actually putting in our offensive set, our 4 or 5. So we had that. And then with the new improved coaching staff of being referees, we get to call fouls on them. So to me, you got to see them. They were going 100 miles an hour yesterday. I thought today they're going 90. So took a little deep breath when it came to that. But it's good for them to, instead of having it always being coached, hey, let it be 10 minutes. Let them get up and down and let's coach while they're making mistakes. And so today I just thought it was good to put some film on there, some video, so we can watch film tomorrow. And this is just a slow process here. I mean, it's got to be quick. Right. We only got 2 more and then one big one with the rookies to try to get them involved.
What are some ways that Summer League helps the younger players transition from college to the pros?
Well, for one, it's how to be a pro. The schedule, a lot more free time being an NBA player than it is for college. The game is different. It's such a different game, and so for us, it's our job as a coaching staff when it comes to physically getting our body ready, weight room wise, mentally when it comes to film, the positions they're going to be in, and then obviously too like taking care of your body when it comes to the fluids. It's hot here in Dallas. It's hot in Vegas, and everyone's excited. I mean, let's be honest with you. Everyone was the man in college. Your mom, your auntie, everyone's coming to Summer League. They want to see you play. I led the country in minutes when I was in college. From that, in Summer League, you come out twice as more. And so for these guys, it's for me to be able to be honest and upfront when I'm early on to what I expect from them playing times and minutes wise, so they don't feel, as a player, I always felt like, hey, I wasn't caught off guard.
You've gotten to know Jaden for a year now. How would you describe basketball aside, like how his demeanor or personality has acclimated over this last year?
I mean, he's a funny kid. I mean, he's someone you can just tell him. I mean, if you look at him, he look like a rapper, right? Like, you know, in a way, he has a nice swagger about him. He's someone who's just he's got that laugh that if he's on the opposite floor, you heard him laugh, you knew he was Hardy. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's just he is just a pure sense of innocence when it comes to like, hey, he just wants to play basketball, video games, and probably hang with his boys. And so for that, anyone knows when you go one and done, you grow up real fast. You become the breadwinner of your family, a lot of responsibility on him. And here right now, the whole Summer League, until our 2 first-round picks, Summer League is about Jaden Hardy. That's one thing for sure. So for us, it's like I said yesterday, he does have a lot of responsibility, but at the end of the day, it's basketball. You have fun, you do what you're supposed to do, and it's my job just to help you on your journey for this, 2 weeks basically.
It seemed like there was a moment that scrimmage where he called out for a triple team for Jaden Hardy. We talked about that yesterday. What are you looking for him to do and like his process through that? How is he handled?
I just want to, in practice, in the last 4 weeks of working with him, to not be uncomfortable of a situation that we didn't practice. They're going to trap him. They're going to load up on him. They're going to foul him. Sometimes I give him the call. Sometimes I purposely don't call any fouls for him to see him frustrated and tell him to work through it. Hey, listen, I'm not calling any fouls for you today, because you might have one ref that won't call it. You might have one ref that loves your game and calls every foul. So I just want to put him in a position where he has to, every single day, it's not the same old. It's, they're trying to cheat. And because in the NBA, not necessarily trying to cheat you, it's not your day. These refs are humans. They might have a bad day at the house, and they come in and not want to call certain calls. This is how life works. We're all humans. So just to prepare him for what he's about to see here.
How have you seen his progression through that, or how he's handled those situations?
I mean, if you watch the scrimmage, he turned the ball over early. Then he got more confident, hit a big shot. He came. We didn't give him a call on one time at the free throw line. I gave him a foul at the end of the game. It's going to be highs and lows. Basketball is the definition of highs or lows. You could be up 5, no lead is safe. You might get a call. You might feel like the ref cheated you. Instant replay. It's all of it. So his progression, man, listen, it's going to be like this. He's 19. His highs are going to be a little bit more higher than that in Summer League, because he's probably more talented than 85% of the players. But he's got a long way. But yet we're happy where he's at right now.
As Jaden continues to develop as a high pick and roll ball handler, what parts of that do you think he still needs to kind of refine? Is it against drop coverage, reading the low man? Is there any?
He's really good versus drop coverage. He struggles where the big is up and then the low man is over there early because he wants to score. Jaden naturally wakes up as a scorer. For him, in his mind, to have a good game is 20 points. I don't know in his mind if he had 8 points and 12 assists, he feel like he'd have a good game. It's just not who he is. So he's looking to score. So for him, how I tell him, if you make the corner pass, which he did today here, and he threw the left-handed here in the wing, I think they missed it at the time, it's the right play. You throw that, you might have to throw it 2-3 times in a row. It's going to open you up now to get downhill. The big, he's going against Silva. Silva's an NBA type. He played for Miami. He was on 2 10 days for us. That's not a normal summer league player. That's one of the reasons why I wanted him to have offset for the rookie to have someone physical. And then also for him, once he gets in there, the lob pass, the corner fakes, and the low man fakes and goes to the corner. Can you throw the late lob? Luka's the best at it. It takes these rookies 3-4 years, and some of them still can't do it now. It's a hard one, and that's why we just keep stressing on him, and one day it's going to click for him.
After the All-Star break, it seemed like he got more comfortable attacking like switches, like different mismatches. What did you see from him in those situations? And is there anything you would like to see him continue to grow on?
I mean, if you saw the last play, right when he got it, and he has a center on him, I don't care what center it is, ISO, clear, space, let him work. He's a natural one-on-one player. That's what he does when it comes to that situation. And for him, he's going to be in these situations a lot. And so, sometimes it's going to be a game winner and you get the praise. Sometimes you're going to miss it. You might get the blame. It works when you're the best player. How many times when Luka, and every time they're not trying to interview the 15th man after the game or the guy or the inbounder, you're interviewing him. And after Summer League, you're going to be interviewing him. So it's going to be a lot of pressure, yet a lot of stress. But at the end of the day, it's basketball, and we're here to help you. We're good? Appreciate y'all.
After leaving last season and you guys missed the playoff, missed the postseason entirely, what's the thing that you took away from that season and say, I want to go into the summer and work on this?
Just trying to find ways to help the team, whether that's on the court, off the court. Going to my 3rd summer league, I'm established in a leadership role. I've been here. I know what summer league is like. I know what to expect from, other teams, from the fans to the play style to everything. So I'm just trying to, take that next step in my game to show, I can run the team and, be a leader and help the younger guys coming in.
Speak of the last year, how have you seen Jaden, even basketball aside, grow more comfortable and just grow in his stage with the team?
I mean, he's just coming out of his shell, becoming himself. I mean, obviously we know what he can do on the court. Had a phenomenal rookie season. Could score the ball at a high level. That's my guy. We hang out a lot off the court. So, he's came out of his shell. We go out to dinners a lot. We just chill, play the game. I whoop on him in Madden often. So that's my guy. But he's coming out of his shell, and everybody likes that and expects that. And if you see Jaden, he's never not smiling. He's always got a smile on his face. So that's what makes him and make the light shine bright on him.
I know you guys developed a tight relationship last year, and head coach Duds just said that he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Do you have any stories or examples about what makes him a particularly funny guy?
I mean, he's just laughing. He's just got random outbursts. He'll just be chilling and he'll probably just have a random thought through his head and just start chuckling like an old man chuckle. So it's funny, bro. You never know what to expect out of him. Like I said, he's always smiling. He's always gonna crack a joke. Him and Theo are jokesters, and JaVale, they never stop joking. So it's good to see.
That's jokesters across the spectrum.
Yeah.
You got everybody covered there.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
This is your 3rd time going to Summer League. How much advantage is it for you since you've been there, done that before? What to expect?
Big time advantage. My first 2 summer leagues, I was kind of thrown in the mix. With Minnesota my first year, I came in trying to learn a new play style. Within 2 weeks, and it was a little difficult, so I didn't really have a major effect. And then, with Phoenix last year, similar type thing, coming from Minnesota, going to Phoenix, 2-week span, learning their style and playing, which was better for me. But, being here in Dallas for a full season, knowing the play style, knowing what coaches expect out of me and out of the other players, I think it's going to be, much easier for me. And, I have a way bigger impact this year than I've had the last 2. So I'm excited for Summer League, man. And I've been preaching it every day to Summer League team that, we're going to get a Summer League championship. Last year, Dallas won 0 games down in Vegas, and that ain't happening this year. So
I've never seen so many charges said in a Summer League practice. What was that all about?
Me neither. I don't know. I don't know what it was about. Coach Duds told us he didn't really want us to take charges unless, he go back to the college film and see that that's what you do. He wanted us to do a lot of verts at the rim and stuff like that. So it's good to see, though. Got guys out there, putting their bodies on the line, and that shows that we could trust them on the backside. If we get beat up top. So it's good to see. You know, I know it was against each other, but building habits like that for summer league and playing against these other teams is going to be huge.
Off the court, what keeps you grounded? What keeps you focused and positive mentally as you wait for your chance to explode?
My family, you know, my daughter. I got a 4-year-old. It's my life right there. I mean, it's everything to me. So just coming home and knowing I got her, you know, supporting. You know, she wants to be a basketball player now. She see her dad running up and down. So, you know, that's what lifts me up every day. You know, waking up every morning. The days you think you don't got it, you know, it's bigger than me now. You know, it's not about me anymore. It's about her and making sure I'm building up my resume to be able to help support her when she gets older and get to college and stuff like that. So just trying to be the best father figure I can be to her. You know, my family all know, you know, what I can do, and they've seen it for 24 years now. So it's time for her.
What's the scouting report on your daughter?
Shooter.
They can't fully practice yet, but what have you seen from Derek Lively and Omax and what they could bring?
They're going to be huge. You know, the length that they bring, that presentation, I think is going to, you know, not scare a lot of guys, but, you know, make them think twice. You know, Lively at the rim, Omax on the perimeter, being able to switch 1 through 4. You know, Omax being able to handle the ball as well. You know, some pressure relief in the backcourt, being able to shoot it. You know, Lively being able to post, screen and roll. Derek asked me and Jaden today, you know, how do we want the screens to be set to get us open? And, you know, I said, as long as you just make the defender trail. He was like, I can get you the ball. He was like, no, I don't care about me. He wanted to get me and Jaden open. So, you know, just being able to hear that from a big, you know, coming in his first year, it's big, man. I'm looking forward to getting on the floor with those guys.
Speaking of big, what do you think? What's your impression of Marcus Bingham?
Marcus he's a big man that can pick and pop. You know, he's another presence down there, 7-footer with, you know, great length, can affect a lot of shots at the rim. And I got to play with him last year in training camp, so, you know, I know what he can do. And, you know, he hurt his foot, so he didn't get to play with the Legends this year. But, you know, being able to have a pick and pop 5-man at 7 feet is huge.
It seems that you've been a little more aggressive taking pull-ups in the half court. Is that an area that you want to continue to emphasize like as you develop? Yeah,
I mean, you know, coaching staff has, you know, poured in and, you know, want me to be more aggressive. Obviously know what I can do defensively, but, you know, going into year 3, it's time to, you know, take that next step. You know, it's not just about, you know, being a pest, it's being able to be a pest and make plays on offense, whether it's for me or for others. So just trying to have that aggressive mindset, showing, you know, they've seen it in summer pickup, you know, that I can make those shots. I can get to my floater, the mid-range, whatever it is, and I can actually make those shots. So, you know, once they've seen that over the summertime, you know, they kind of poured into me, you know, told me to be more aggressive going into this summer league, and, you know, they want me to take more shots and, you know, show that I've been working on it and I could do it consistently. So.
Is there anything in particular that helps you with your shooting development, like when you're in the off season and working on your game? Just
reps, man. I put in hours, countless hours, you know. Haven't been home much this summer, you know, turned down going home, you know, stayed in the gym. Max has done an amazing job of, you know, helping me, you know, coming back after practice, you know, 5 p.m., 6 p.m., just to get extra reps in. You know, once you build that confidence, you know, it just opens doors, man. And, you know, I've put the work in, so, you know, I'm excited about it, and I won't shy away from, you know, letting it go.
Is there anything in particular that you want to like show in your next summer league opportunity coming up?
I mean, for me, I think it's just shooting the ball. You know, I've showcased that I can get downhill at a high level. I could play in a pick and roll at a high level. Now the next step is, you know, being able to shoot the 3. You know, I saw a quote from Fred VanVleet. You know, being a 6-foot guard, you got to be able to defend, be a pest on defense, and shoot the 3 ball if you want to get paid. So I put countless hours into it, like I said, so I'm excited and I'm going to let it be known.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.